Y'all, so I went on a blind date with a Nigerian, and it was about to get kidnapped. Tell my baby I love her. Tell my mama I love her. Give everybody a kiss for me. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new, it is your girl Vets, and today I'm coming at y'all with a story time. All right, so first and foremost, ignore this, okay? Yeah, just wasn't cooperating with me today. Story time, story time, story time, mail time, mail.
I think we need to find our last clue.
Anyway, y'all, so I went on a blind date with a Nigerian, and it was amazing. It was amazing, y'all. I had the time of my life. We unofficially met through a mutual friend of ours. This girl I used to work with. We were on her status on Facebook, and we was going back and forth for a little bit. And so I was like, well, let me slide in his DM. So I did just that. I slid in his DM. And we probably was talking about traveling. I can't really remember what we was talking about, but I want to say traveling because he said he was Mr. International or whatever. So I was like, oh, Mr. International, huh? And he was like, yeah, that's me. That was just like my way of being corny and sliding in his DM and like talking to him. So we conversed for a couple of months back and forth. It was nothing like, oh, you're gonna be mine, this, that, and the third, or whatever. But I was like, I'm in town often, so when I come next time, we should link up. And he's like, bet, we can do that. And I'm like, okay, cool. I went to Raleigh, which, by the way, I will be doing a video on it if I don't have it recorded by the time I drop this one, but I will be doing a video on it, or there will be a video on that. I will link that down below in the description box. I went to Raleigh for the week, and I show y'all what y'all can do and how y'all can have fun and turn up during the week. Also, don't forget to like this video. Go ahead, give your girl a great big thumbs up. I know you would give me 2 if you could, but since you're gonna give me 1, go ahead and give me that 1. And don't forget to subscribe because I got more story times coming for you. So I was like, well, you know, Taco Tuesday, how do you feel about tacos? He's like, I love tacos. I was like, great, I love tacos, so we can do tacos. I look up this taco place. When we went to this taco place, I was really nervous, y'all, because he had called me on my way to Raleigh, and like, I was expecting an accent, but at the same time I wasn't, because like he had been here for some time. I was like, oh my God, he called me, y'all. That accent. Oh my God! Wow! It melted me, and it made me that much more nervous. So I was like, well, I'm gonna have to take a shot or 2 or 10 to ease my nerves, because that's what I always do. Like, especially if I'm going on a date, then I have to do that just to, you know, lighten up, loosen up a little bit, you know, get everything flowing and whatnot. We met at the taco spot. It was very cute. We're there for like not that long, and one of his Nigerian friends called him. So he like, you want to go to the Spooka?
What? What the fuck?
Spooka. I put hookah and spot together. So he like, you want to go to the hookah spot? I'm like, yeah. You want to smoke? You trying to smoke? I'm like, yeah, I could smoke. You know, bitches be like, yeah, I could eat. Yeah, I could eat and I could smoke. So we get to the hookah lounge. His friend's already there. Well, I meet him at the hookah spot because, you know, he drove. I drove. So my GPS took me the wrong way. His GPS took him the wrong way, too. Like, it didn't take us the wrong way, but it's like told us to turn down this street, and you really was supposed to turn down that street. Some crazy mess. We get in a hookah lounge, and his friend is there, and then he has like a lady friend with him too, or whatever. So we sitting there chilling, vibing. They playing like all the Afro beats and the Caribbean music and stuff. I downloaded like 10 songs on my playlist now, and he knew all of them.
Different things that happening, things that happening. In the one night for sure.
He told me I could put him on my phone. This isn't my first time encountering a Nigerian. Actually, it is. I believe so. I think so. Anyways, you know, I met this West African girl the other day at work. I don't know if she was from Nigeria, but I asked her where she was from, and she just said West Africa. You know, you could tell like facial features, and also as soon as she opened her mouth, I was like,
wait a minute.
I know that accent. So anyway, like I've encountered Africans, of course, but to actually have one in my presence and to be like right there with one, I was mesmerized. I was like, because it's the accent for me, okay? It's the accent for me each and every time. Y'all didn't know. Men that can dance, men that can sing, and men with an accent. They are my weakness. Okay. Anyways, back to the story time. At the hookah spot, we vibing, chilling or whatever. Then he gets another phone call from another one of his friends. I think he was Nigerian as well. He's like, do you want to go to Jonathan's? That's a club. And like that'll be in the Raleigh video too, because y'all, when I tell y'all, that club was turned up on a Tuesday. I'm definitely going there the next time I go back to Raleigh, okay? Because it was turned up for no reason on a Tuesday. It was a couple birthdays, but it was super lit. So I'll pull up to the club, and I'm like, first of all, the parking lot was packed. I had to park way down yonder. It was jumping, okay? The parking lot was jumping. Ladies, leave your man at home because the parking lot was full enough, okay? Walk in there, can't really see a lot because it's like a big tall wall, but you know, you can see and hear that it is popping in there. He comes in, his friend that was with us at the hookah spot and his lady friend, they come in. And so he's like, we have another friend coming. I'm assuming the one that called him. It's like, well, the other friend, he's still on the way. He's coming. So we just gonna wait on him. I'm like, okay, cool. Like 2 more of his friends show up. And he was like, we still waiting. It's just a couple more coming. So I'm like, okay, cool. Whatever, you know, like, who am I to say anything? Then like 10, 15 minutes later, 4 of them show up. One of his friends, like, there was a female security officer that was patting everybody down. And so she did like this. And he went to give her a hug, and she was like, no. Like, get your hands up, basically. And I was so weak, but I was just like, oh my gosh, that's like so freaking not cute. That's so sweet, because he was gonna give her a hug, and like, I don't know really honestly anything about, you know, that culture, but what I will say is that the whole entire night, he made sure that I was okay. Like when we was at Taco Tuesdays, we was at the hookah spot, we was at the club, you know, throughout the night, he just kept saying, are you okay? You good? You good? And it wasn't like overbearing or overpowering, like, you good, or like he anticipated something or like expected something in return because he was making sure I was good, or, you know, cause paying for everything or whatever. But it was like very sincere, and like I could tell that he meant it. And I just thought that was so sweet when his friend went to give her a hug, because I'm like, oh, well, maybe that's a cultural thing. Like, I mean, we hug too, but, you know, we know that we're not going in there hugging security guards. All the other friends get there, and he's like Man, these niggas bought a section. So I'm like, okay, cool. We had to wait a little bit. I think they had to like either clear a section out or figure out where they was gonna put us at. They finally come get us and we start walking to the section. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Like, I felt like I was the shit. Okay, I'm like, well, all these Nigerians, and they like, whoo, you know, like I just felt like the shit. Okay, and that was my second time being in the section. Definitely in the section for my birthday this year. I'm going back to that same club. Sections was only $150, y'all. They was only $150. Now, I don't know if that includes liquor or not. But I guess if it don't, once you tack all that on, it's going to be like the cost of a regular section. So maybe I should find that out before I get too excited. So we walk to the back and we're in the section with, well, it was like kind of like a U shape. So if you go from here to here to here, and then the wall is right here in the middle, and they were on this side and we were on this side. So it's kind of like two L shapes put together. So it was another birthday girl over there. Her name was Tati, and I remember because of the dang on sign that it had. But it was her birthday. It was another birthday. I think her name was Kiara. They was on the other side of the club, and then it was just so much going on. I was like, well, I'm gonna go to the ladies' room, get my pictures and whatnot. He's like, okay. He's like, yeah, they got 2 bottles of Casamigos coming too. I was like, okay, bet. I ain't gotta buy no liquor. Go back and I sit down and they got 2 things of hookah coming too. They came and just sat the hookah down, and so I'm like, okay, so I indulge, cause
bitches love hookah.
We smoking the hookah, the Casamigos come, you know, we having a good time. We turn up. It's a vibe, y'all. It's just like major vibes. Again, like, I don't know what the misconceptions are when it comes to Africans or Nigerians, or like they're abusive or they're very controlling, overprotective. I didn't get any of that. I mean, I don't really know him. We still keep in contact. He's actually back home in Nigeria now. He had to go for family business. He seems like a decent dude. And I mean, you know, it was like, oh, you ain't get kidnapped. Oh, he gonna kidnap you. This, that, and the third. When I came back here and I told one of my coworkers, she's like, oh my God, and he ain't kidnap you? Obviously not. I'm here telling you the story. So we hung out. We hung out every single day that I was, minus one day. I was basically with this man my whole trip there. We was just hanging out. We did brunch. So he got my friend Mike, and he was like, can I borrow your friend? Can I borrow your friend for ransom for tonight? And I was like, ransom? Ransom? I was like, oh, this nigga really is finna kidnap me now. Like, everything that everybody was saying is true. I'm about to get kidnapped. Tell my baby I love her. Tell my mama I love her. Give everybody a kiss for me. No, it was a really good time. But look, listen, I'm telling y'all, I had the time of my life. That probably was the best date that I have been on ever. Period. So I don't care what y'all say about the Nigerians. They cool with me, okay? They always gonna be alright in my book. They are straight with me, okay? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.